What does it say? Yeah, submerge, immerse yourself in this truth, man. And that's to the Most High giving you by measure. However it's set up for you to learn and have, that's how you do, man. And seek Him 10 times more. Because our power has seen it in His power, in His mercy to redeem us again, which He didn't have to do. But it's to fulfill His words and fulfill His prophecies, man. It's not for our sakes. It's the promise of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that has fell upon us, man, and our fathers. So, okay, I'm going to get into this story and read it for you, man. This is the update on the situation in Marshall, or not Marshall, but in Ferguson. And the title is Martial Law. Missouri's governor imposes curfew on Ferguson. It says Missouri governor declares state of emergency, imposed curfew in Ferguson, Missouri. Missouri Governor Jay Nixon says he declared a state of emergency and is implementing a curfew in St. Louis suburbs where a black teen was shot to death by a white cop, a white police officer, a few weeks ago. Nixon said Saturday that the state will not allow a handful of looters to endanger the community, and there must be calm and justice to be served. The curfew will run from midnight to 5 a.m. So that's showing you they're already getting this geared up for martial law, man. And information came out that the news was the ones to report it, man. So it's a psyop. They're getting people geared up. Because if you notice, last month, the elites have left. Because me and the brothers have been talking, and the elites have just left the Bohemian Grove. So you know some plans got how you say, signed off. Some things got pushed through. So now they're making plans go through for this so-called New World Order. But that's the Most High letting them speed it up, because then that's going to fulfill the prophecies even faster, man. Because once they go to imposing martial law, they go to moving that chip, they go to rushing upon the men of the Lord, then the Lord is going to act, man. He's acting now. The chariots have just been scaring these devils, man. They just been out here showing themselves, shooting missiles down. They're scaring these devils, man. But when the Lord really gives them the okay and the go-ahead, it's going to be go time. And that time is going to be a time of trouble, man. And it's going to be Jacob's trouble. But like it says, we're going to be saved out of it, man. That's the beautiful part. And those are the ones that are sealed by faith and the belief, man. And those are the elect, the 144,000 and the 1/3 of Yasharallah. So that's it on that, man. That's showing you it's practically here. And it's 2 hours away. 2 hours away from Jefferson City, you have curfew imposed, man. And you got people out here kicking it and bike festing it up, man. Lord willing, the Most High do something to this place, man. So let's get started right into this. Let's jump right into this. This is let's jump into Isaiah to talk about this wicked, why the Most High is bringing this wicked place down. I said it in itself, it's wicked. The Most High can only allow things, can two walk together except they be agreed. So the Most High is not walking with this place. He walked with this place to set up prophecy. That's how they agreed, man. That's how the Most High, Yahweh Shemi Yahushua, agreed with America for that point, to fulfill prophecy, for them to take us down, for them to put us into slavery, and for us to go into lose ourselves, and for Him to redeem us in these last days and give us the knowledge that we lost. So let's read. This is Isaiah 47 and 10. They're announcing bratwurst, pork, man. You got Jakes in there too. You got Israelites in there. This is the book of Isaiah 47 and 10, or we'll start at 9. This is the book of Isaiah 47 and 9. And it says, "But these two things shall come indeed in a moment, in one day. The loss of children, widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection." Okay? And that word perfection right there, in fullness. They're going to come in fullness. They're not going to come halfway, man. They're gonna come all the way, and that's gonna be with the full race riots, and then the end of it is gonna be the thermonuclear destruction of this place in 1 hour. It says, but these two things shall come upon thee in a moment, in one day. The loss of children, widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thy enchantments, okay? Because America is raised upon witchcraft. Like I was telling somebody last week, I was telling them that, look, a lot of these high up officials, they're into witchcraft, they're into soothsaying, they're into all of these astrology, man. They're into all of these star gazing. So that's what the high up politicians believe in, man. They're not believing in the Most High power, man. It may say in God we trust on our money, but that's far from it, man. That's why they took prayer out of school. I remember when they took that out, man. They said you couldn't pray no more. Teachers can't talk about religion. So this is a godless place. So how you gonna say in God we trust, but then you can't even pray to God in schools, man? You see the hypocrisy in it? There's no truth, man. So the Most High now is acting on this place by bringing it down, man. Slowly but surely. And it says, verse 10, it says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. And that's what America does. It trusts in these weaponry. It trusts in the wickedness that it's done. It trusts in the so-called stealing of the Native American land, that they're going to be able to hold on to it, man. And that witchcraft is what they truly believe they get their power from. That's why they sacrifice them. That's why they sacrifice. That's why these so-called higher-ups, they sacrifice their kids and stuff. Because they trust in it, man. And you trust in something that believes it's going to give you power, man. So you do things for it. That's what these elites trust in it, man. They don't trust in God, man. They don't trust in the true maker, man. That's why they tell your kids they can't pray in school. And if a teacher tells them about the Bible, they're liable to get fired, man. So what are you talking about? This is a godless place. You people have a surprise coming, man. The Lord is getting ready to destroy America, man. America's on the chopping block to the Most High power, man. It's getting ready to be chopped up. And it says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee. Because they go into the looking of the stars, or they have their satellites, man, and they think that they're knowledgeable because they can see the stars, because that's why they'll show the public one thing out in space, but then they'll have another thing that they keep for themselves, man. So there's a lot of things that they've seen that they believe that they're hiding from the public, and that makes them wise, man. And these demons have souped them up and have put in their minds that they've been puffed up, man, with the knowledge of the other nations, with the knowledge of the hidden wisdom that been taken from all of these so-called other nations that have been taken down, their records, man. They trust in those things. It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, it says, and thine has said, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore, evil shall come upon thee, and thou shalt not know. Salakia, hold on, let me get a precept for that. Let me get this precept. This is the book of Isaiah 29 and verse 15. And it says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us? And who knoweth us? And what is that? The Illuminati, man. That's your so-called Masons, man. That's your so-called Shriners, man. That's your so-called high-up Bohemian Grovers, or your different secret societies, man. That's why they make them take a death oath when you enter those secret societies, man. So you can't tell or spill the beans, as you may say. So that's why you have a lot of your high-up elites, your so-called rich in this society, they go into those things. That's why they become Masons, man. And Masons is their own group. They don't They don't trust in the average man. They don't tell the average man things, man. So that's how they're going into that wickedness and hiding their counsel from the Lord. Let's read it again. It says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the darkness. And they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us? Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. And how have they turned things upside down? With the so-called weather? Even the weather. That's the spirit, because they have something called chemtrailing. And they have weather changing equipment by the way of harp, by the way of different things of that nature. I mean, I don't know what these devils have in their arsenal, man. Okay? But also the days, they've turned the months upside down. They've turned it by the